Hi, my name is Evan Nielsen from Nielsen Law Group, and I'm briefly going to discuss asset protection. Now, before you check out and think that that's something that's just for the big guys, I want to emphasize that asset protection is something that probably just about everyone should do. If there is a chance that you'll ever have a debt or that you will ever be sued, then you'll be glad that you did some asset protection beforehand. So if that fits you, then this particular segment is also for you. The right time to do asset protection is before you get sued or before you have the debt. And so usually that means now. Now, there are some basic steps about how to do it. In fact, you have several options. One simple way of protecting your assets is to give them to someone else. For example, give all of your stuff to your neighbor. Problem with that is then you don't have your stuff anymore. You're not sure what your neighbor will do with it. And even if you can trust your neighbor, what happens when your neighbor gets sued? Then your stuff still goes to take care of your neighbor's debts or lawsuits. And so that's usually not a way that we recommend. Another possibility would be to create a company, an LLC, for example. You can transfer your stuff to your company then. But there is a better way even than either of those options, and that's to take the same approach that every bank takes when they lend money. If you borrowed money from a bank to buy a house, for example, they would take a security interest in your house that protects their interest until the debt is paid. You can do the same thing with your assets. If you have a company, and it's very simple to set one up, then your company can loan money to you and take a security interest in all of your assets. And that very simple concept can protect virtually any set of assets that are owned by you or other companies that you might own. So it's a very powerful concept. And it's also much simpler to establish than you might think. So don't let the perception that it may be complicated prevent you from doing it, because it isn't. The cost is also not prohibitive. I think you would find that the cost of setting up a structure like I'm describing is very reasonable. And the peace of mind that you get is substantial. So it's definitely worth looking at and exploring the options when it comes to protecting your assets. Now, there are other ways of going at it that involve offshore companies and other more complicated systems. But what I've described is a very effective and cost-effective way to do it for just about everyone. Hope that's been helpful. If you have any questions, we'd be glad to visit with you about it. Just feel free to give us a call. We wish you the best. Thanks.